gonna let it shine, this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine.
Any invitation that you receive to get an opportunity to link with God is an invitation that you should never miss. So it is an invitation that you should make it a point that whatever you are dealing with at a particular point in time, no matter how beautiful, no matter how nice, no matter how enjoyable it is, no matter how horrific, no matter how painful, no matter how disturbing it is, you make it a point that you do not miss that invitation. Precisely because everything that we face in life is not designed by us. So in as much as you might be in a moment that you think is instructive for you not to do any other thing, including not taking an invitation to attend the prayer service, you actually don't know that whatever moment you are facing at that time is brought to you to end up in that prayer service. Today we are at the Mampuru II Management Area. We were attending a church service, a program that was organized by Spiritual Care, a chief directorate in the department that is seized with the task of ensuring that our offenders and also our own employees are supported spiritually through a number of spiritual upliftment programs. So this is the second year that we were hosting a church service for employees from head office. This church service was hosted with our partners from the Justice, Crime Prevention and Security Cluster, departments such as South African National Defence Force, South African Police Services, but also partners that we work with from business, from ministries. It was a very uplifting service, very much strategic in the sense that on a daily basis and more than 80% of our time we spend it at work. So our employees today spend time with each other, worshiping, praying, listening to the word of God, and I can see it in their eyes and their hearts that their spirits are lifted, and with this all other social, economic problems that they face, at least they have been able to be taken through a spiritual process that would strengthen them to deal with those problems on a daily basis. Of course, as a National Commissioner, I also see an improvement in the performance of the department with this type of energy that was reinvigorated in this church service today.
The importance of the service today at Department of Correctional Services, it just shows and strengthens the relations between the three security services, which is the South African National Defence Force, Department of Correctional Service, as well as South African Police Service. And as spiritual workers or as chaplains, we are sitting quarterly, led by our three directors, in the meeting that we call Security Service Christian Advisory Board. Now, today being here, it is a confirmation that these three departments are willing to work together for the spiritual care of the members, the inmates, as well as the soldiers, wherever they are. So the meeting today, the service today, and also the working together being part of the program was just emphasizing and proclaiming what our directors, the Chaplain General, Director Spiritual Service, and the Brigadier in the SAPS are talking about when they say we want to see the combined spiritual service working together for the spiritual care and support of our members, because we believe that spiritual care forms the important part of a total well-being of a human being.
That's when we start realizing, worry. For us, Horebe Sharp, we need the blood of the innocent. And God himself was the first one to sacrifice. We are here today. We just had a very powerful and wonderful service, a prayer day for the department. And we are coming from the angle, spiritual care. And our focus is obviously on the spirituality of our members. So today it was a day of prayer, and it was very exciting to be sitting with the National Commissioner. The presence of the National Commissioner meant really a lot to us, because it actually even encourages us as men and women working in spiritual care, or our leaders take the issue of spirituality very serious. I think I'm energized today for what we are doing. Even the hierarchy, the leadership, they recognize it, and it meant a lot to us. Especially when he said, this invitation was an invitation that he was not going to miss, because to him, everything starts and ends with prayer. I think that as a man and woman wearing purple, it really empowered me.
Wow. Being given the opportunity to attend the prayer session today, really, I don't regret at all. Through the worship team, the worship music, through the word of God, through the motivational ways that we received, really it empowers. It empowered me as an employee of DCS, looking at the culture of our department, whereby as the employees we are faced with a lot of challenges, especially those who are working with offenders. More stress is added, depression, a lot of mental issues that end up hindering us to perform, to give our all at work, and we end up being discouraged when thinking of coming to work. But being here today, really, I'm encouraging each and every one, when the opportunity is given, as the National Commissioner encouraged us to say, when there is an opportunity to attend prayer, to go under the presence of the Lord, leave everything and go. And it's what I did today, whereby I'm looking forward to face work, I'm looking forward to render services, I'm looking forward to encourage other colleagues to say, really, they must not even miss this. And going back to my community, going back to my family. There are other, it can be marital challenges, it can be a parent-child relationship that affects us as employees. But the session of today, the words of encouragement of today, I'm taking back to my family, whereby I'll be encouraged to pray. Really, without God in our department, we will never conquer. But through God, through the word of God, through the spiritual upliftment, and all the prayers and the worships, really, we can conquer as DCS. I wish this can happen. Kotali.
I'm gonna let it shine.